Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Copper Jacket TV. Today we're going to be taking a look at the SAR SR38. Let's get into it. Okay, so the SAR 38, which is 38 Special and 357 Magnum. This one has the 6-inch barrel with the brushed stainless steel, and I gotta be honest with you, I had no idea what to expect out of this. I've never used a SAR revolver before, so I really started this review with a blank slate. We put 200 rounds of 38 Special through it, and 200 rounds of 357 Magnum. A lot of it was defensive loads because that seems to be all I can find in my area, so it was kind of picked from here and there. But with that being said, 400 rounds, which got me to my conclusion, and I gotta say, I am really impressed, especially for the fact that this comes in at about half the price of a Smith & Wesson. So now we're gonna go ahead and move the camera to the table so I can show it to you up close, and we'll talk about the fit, the finish, the reliability, the accuracy, and all the stuff that you get with it. So let's get to that. Okay, so before we get into the specs and the fit and finish, the first thing I want to talk about is what's most important to me, which is reliability. There's a lot of people out there that think that revolvers are just infallible, and that's not the case. There's actually quite a few things that can go wrong if it's not built well, and this thing's definitely built well. You can have problems with the internal components, the trigger, the hammer, the cylinder gap, misalignment, bad timing, things like that could all go wrong again with something that isn't built well. This thing is built well. After 400 rounds, I can tell you that it was 100% reliable. It is very nice in the fact that it's got tight tolerances. The trigger feels really good. Single action, double action. I mean, this thing worked really well, and I was impressed with its reliability, and I was also really impressed with its accuracy. This thing was accurate with everything I put in it. So everything from manufactured ammunition, self-defense ammunition, reloads, I mean, you name it. I even used poly ammunition in this, and everything that I used in it was flawless. I mean, it was very accurate. We were shooting cans at 20 yards and had absolutely no problem. So this thing is not only a lot of fun, but it was very accurate and reliable. So, I mean, those are to me the most important things above anything else. Okay, so now let's go ahead and talk about some of the specs and details of the SR38. So as you can see, this one right here is the 6-inch barrel. Also comes in a 4-inch barrel. This one right here is also stainless steel. It's got that really nice brush look to it, which looks great with the black accents, like these black grips. Now, there's a lot of people out there who are very traditional. They like their wood grips, and I'm the same way. But after using these rubberized grips right here, I gotta be honest, I like the more modern approach. It just feels better in my hand. It's more ergonomic. I feel like I have a better grasp on it. It's a nice kind of rubberized texture, almost feels sticky. And I've got medium, large hands, and they feel great with the finger grooves. But with this material that they have on here, it just feels like I have a better purchase, which isn't really that big of a deal when you're shooting 38 Special. It feels like you're shooting a 22. But when you switch it over to 357 Magnum and maybe you've got something that's loaded a little bit hotter, you're definitely going to want that extra grip, and this gives you that. Now, obviously, you're going to have a bit of reduced recoil just because of the overall weight, the fact that we have the longer 6-inch barrel and the underlug. But, all things said, the grip really does make a big difference. Now, I also really like the sights on this thing. They're almost like competition-style sights. So we have a mounted sight system on the rear that is fully blacked out, adjustable for both windage and elevation, and a blacked-out front blade. So they're just really nice sights and very easy to use. Now, the SR38 has a forged frame, a forged cylinder, and a forged barrel, and it's put together really nice. The trigger is phenomenal. It's very smooth in double action. It's very predictable. Single action, obviously, is just like everything else. It's very short, it's very crisp. So both single and double action on this are very nice. It's got internal drop safety mechanisms on the inside, which will keep the hammer from striking the primer if something happens and this thing is dropped and it causes the hammer to go forward. So it is drop safe, which is also nice. And I was really impressed with the fact that this has virtually no cylinder gap. I mean, I've used other revolvers from, let's say, like Taurus and stuff, where you get a bunch of gas and flame coming out of the side. With this, it's very, very minimal. So I was really impressed with that. It's just, again, put together really well. Now, this does have a 6-shot cylinder on it and a full-length ejection rod, so you can get those spent cases out of there pretty quick. Now, if you're somebody who's thinking about carrying one of these for hiking, backpacking, or camping, you should know the overall length on this is about 11.5 inches, and the weight is just under 47 ounces. So it's fairly hefty. But that heft actually helps when you're shooting that 357 Magnum. You know, all that extra weight that you can get out front is going to help with that barrel rise. It's going to help with the way that it feels in your hand. And it feels really good when you're shooting it. I mean, 38 Special, you could shoot that all day. It's just a ton of fun. Doesn't have much recoil. You're not going to see much stress on your wrist. 357 has quite a bit more recoil than that. And so, you know, the overall weight is going to help you be able to handle that. And overall, like I said before, you know, I started this with a blank slate. I didn't know what to think about a SAR revolver, and I am overall impressed. I absolutely give this thing a thumbs up. From craftsmanship to overall functionality and accuracy, it pretty much hit all of my major bullet points, things that I look for. And so, again, I was really impressed with the SAR 38. Now, you got to take these reviews very seriously, especially when you're reviewing a tool that can be used to save somebody's life. You cannot slack on that. So you can't just say, oh, I love it because of A, B, or C. It has to fit those criteria, and this definitely did that. So I was really impressed with it. But look, let's be honest. The fun factor is 100%. Okay, the fun factor is absolutely there. I mean, you could take this thing out, shoot 38 Special all day long, and just have a good time with it. You know, just go out plinking and have a good day. And then if you need a defensive load, throw in some of that 357 Magnum, and you are good to go. You have an incredible defensive load that has a lot of muzzle energy, absolutely a ton of muzzle energy. So you're getting a pretty good round in this as well. Now, if there's anything that I accidentally missed or skipped that you want to know about this, go ahead and leave your comment down in the comment section. I'll try and get back to you as soon as possible. But again, this is the SAR SR38. Thank you all very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Please like, subscribe. Have a great day.